Welcome back. The United States has imposed a travel ban and an asset freeze on Khalifa Gouel, the Prime Minister of the Tripoli-based government, which is not recognized by the international community. What this ban also means is that no American national can do business with him. This gesture is the latest move by the U.S. to support the new UN-backed Prime Minister, Fayez Sarraj, and his deputies as they try to gain control of Tripoli. They moved to the capital last month and have since been operating from a naval base. As things stand now, armed groups in Tripoli have pledged loyalty to Mr. Sarraj's government, but others still refuse to do so. And a number of students have been arrested at a South Africa's Rhodes University following protests that allegations of rape on campus are not being taken seriously. Police were forced to use pepper spray and stun guns to try to disperse the students, some of whom demonstrated half nude. A list of alleged campus rapists was leaked on social media on Sunday by a student group angered by assaults. The university has suspended lectures and set up a task team to investigate. According to South African law, suspects in sex crimes can only be named after they have appeared in court and pleaded. But students at the university in Grahamstown who say they have been victims of rape complained that no action was taken when they reported the assaults. Well, still to come on the program. Kenya to burn 100 tons of ivory at the end of this month as the war against illicit poaching continues. Welcome back. Tunisia has a big reason to celebrate, and going by the findings of research published by Reporters Without Borders. According to the organization, it's the only country in the Middle East and North Africa that experienced significant progress in press freedom in 2015. The campaign group's research released today says many challenges remain in Tunisia, but a successful transition to democracy has facilitated media reform initiatives in the past 5 years. Well, April the 30th is a big day for both Kenya and groups opposed to illicit poaching. At the end of this month, over 100 tons of elephant tusks, rhino horns recovered from across the country will be set ablaze.
An illegal stockpile of ivory recovered from across Kenya arrived at the Kenya Wildlife Service headquarters in Nairobi 5 days ago. Ahead of the mass burn that will take place at the end of this month during the giant summit which the country is hosting. The first consignment that arrived was transported under the heavy security by KWS wardens and received by KWS Director General Kitili Mbathi before being unpacked and stored away in secure containers. The ivory, which consists of elephant tusks and rhinoceros horns from various towns, has been inventoried and is going through a verification process conducted by auditing and assurance firms who are keeping track of the quantities being moved.
We inventorized 135 tons of ivory and 1.5 tons of rhino horn. So all of this has been digitized, a photo of each rhino piece taken, and is in a secure server at KWS headquarters.
The ivory burn will be the largest stockpile of trophy ivory to be set ablaze so far, far exceeding a burning conducted last year by the Kenyan government that saw 15 tons of ivory set ablaze.
On April 30th, we will, His Excellency will be hosting a state function to burn 105 tons of ivory and 1.35 tons of rhino horn. It will be the biggest burn in the world to date. And to put it into perspective, last year we had the biggest burn, which was 15 tons. This is 105 tons, plus 1.35 tons of rhino horn.
The containers were sealed and secured under heavy guard, awaiting the actual burning. The Kenyan government wants to send a clear message to poachers who continue to slaughter some of the country's most threatened species.
Well, let's get more on this. And joining us from Kenya is the lead consultant at Sovereign Insight, Vincent Kimosop. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Could you tell us more about the preparations for this burning of ivory?
I think first of all, it's important to point out that the Kenya depends greatly on tourism, and the massive killing of wildlife, among them the elephants and the rhinos, it directly impacts on our tourism sector. So this is that the government is to thanks to the world that we are not complicit to this trade, and that all measures will be taken to ensure that to protect and uphold the treaty obligation that's cited.
This event is a big deal when we look at the caliber of guests that will be attending, from Nicole Kidman to Leonardo DiCaprio. Could you tell us more about the significance of the event?
Of course, the Kenyan Wildlife Service has been under a lot of scrutiny and also a lot of criticism in the past that they are not doing much to contain the upward trend in the decimation of animals. And as you remember that we've recently had terrorism activities that has also impacted greatly on our tourism sector. So this is part of the efforts of revitalizing the sector, and by ensuring that the key institutions responsible for different roles take their rightful role. And as you remember, there was a package that was meant to incentivize the sector. And the invitation of high-profile people is, number one, first, to send a message, and also, number two, to use this opportunity